Hello everyone and welcome, a very warm welcome to you in fact. We are back once again for ABS Racing League, season number 6. This is the 7th round of the Tier 1 season, coming to you from the Hungary ring this weekend. And obviously it does kick-start the weekend I should say, but it's a Friday evening, it's dark outside, autumn has arrived, and we're sitting inside enjoying some top racing once again. It's just myself, Joseph F1 today. But hopefully we'll talk you through the action smoothly. It's a bit loud on my end. 1 second. That does the trick perfectly. But yeah, close at the top already. But the ETSR Alex going to the top of the timing sheets ahead of championship leader Belera Fox. I must add, Belera Fox yet to win a race this season. His best finish being P3. He's done that twice, but he's not finished lower than 6th. So that incredible consistency has boosted him to the top of the championship standings, overtaking the now departed FRA LMG, who still actually remains in P2. But shockingly, PSR Mac has come through, now a full-time driver for Haas, got a win on his debut in Austria, and then took 19 points from Silverstone, and it could and probably should have been back-to-back wins as well. He did start so far down and was the showman last week without a doubt, but bad F1 opinion. Being the race winner, he shoots all the way up to P6 in the championship, now on 31 points as well. We've had 5 different winners in the past 5 races, and across the 6 overall. Could we get another different race winner today? It's hard to predict. FH asked me before we started, who do you think's going to win today? And I was like, I really don't know. I hope it's him, because he really did deserve it at Austria. He was so hard done by there, unfortunately. And, well, it won't be long, I'm telling you. Is today going to be the day? I'm not sure. He's probably put a lot of effort into this just to get that result there. On board with the XR, solid at the moment, sitting P4. Did his lap time on the medium tyres, and that's got around, has it? Good save from the Williams driver. Making his way now into turn 12, and yeah, that was close, wasn't it? It could have thrown that all away, and for the very first time, I'm getting to commentate a league race with this bad boy. Look at this. It's the Red Bull Special Tribute Honda livery. I completely forgot about this. You can tell how little I touch the F1 games outside of this, but look at that. AMS top in that car as well. Ruben Adams in today as well. Good to see PSR Gorgon back. JB13 Immortal as well. So we're seeing some familiar faces on their return. 17 drivers. It's actually 18 now. It was 17 earlier. But indeed, that is the state of play today. That's one beautiful car. I have to say, it's grown on me a lot more. I wasn't so sure when it first got released, but Mr. Boca shoots up to P6 as we speak as well. Let's go and watch Alan E as he makes his way through the middle sector as well. Just in front of him, AMS Fairley, the reserve driver, who, to be fair, has done a fairly good job in his last 2 races, finishing P7 and P6. So a decent return in his only 2 races of the season. He's got a 3rd appearance in a row now, and we'll see if he can improve on that. Fab Ferrari as well, who got P2 at Austria. A full-time Williams driver, making his way up through turn 4. Here's turn 5, avoiding the inside curb. Another thing as well, I must say, is obviously there's been an update this week. Bought Imola, bought the Red Bull livery, blah blah. But another thing it's changed is the handling. Once again, I don't think it's a major difference, but the brake bias can now be ran at 50% again. You know, there's just subtle tweaks which just need to keep on top of if you want any chance of consistently being at the top, pushing towards Tier 1 in the very, very top leagues. Obviously, I quite regard ABS as a top league nowadays, considering how they're discussing 5 tiers. I know it's not that easy and they prefer to stick with 4, but the ABS guys are doing a good job at the minute, I have to say. Kind of them to let me have this position as well. Fab Ferrari P5 there in the end, slotting in between the XR Solid and FH with very, very similar medium tyre times. If you're in the live chat, do feel free to say hello this evening. I've got no one else to talk to in the commentary booth, aka my bedroom, so do feel free to say hi, ask any questions, whatever. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Predictions as well, anything you may want to know or predict about this race. FH goes to the top of the timing sheets as we were just watching ABS Jarv there start a lap, which probably wasn't wise. My apologies. Oscar Mick has found 3/10 as of the middle sector. This could be enough to put him back to the top of the timesheet as he makes his way now through turn 13 and now onto turn 14. Saw Alex Albon go off there in his Toro Rosso by clipping the grass in 2019. Oscar Mick crosses the line and he goes to the top with a 1 minute 15.053. It's a 1 whole 10th advantage over FH. And it's looking close. It's looking tense so far. Bad F1 opinions to spin out within the first 5 corners. Respect our latest race winner. I'm not sure, but should we see what he's up to on the racetrack? Oh, that's traffic! That's double traffic! Oh, dearie me. How he didn't hit the back of the Ferrari there, I do not know. It's an absolute shambles at the penultimate corner as Bad F1 opinion is going to charge to the finish line anyway. It's not going to be a good lap after that. It is still a good lap, you have to say. He's quickly pipped to P5 by JB13 Immortal, who is on the soft tyres. And ETSR Alex, I was watching him earlier in the lap. He makes it an AlphaTauri 1-2 with 6 minutes to go. PSR Gorgon making his return. He's purple in the first sector. I'm not sure how reliable that is, considering it's probably just basing it. Oh no! PSR Gorgon goes around at turn 5. An absolute disaster there. Because it did look like, from my understanding, a very good first sector indeed. He pulls off onto the grass, completely the correct thing to do. Let's go back to... let's go to AMS Top. He's currently P7. JB13 Immortal has crashed. And that is at turn 10, the left-hand kink. So how that has happened, I do not know. Oh dear, you could just see it in the background there. Stricken McLaren. And how that has occurred, I do not know. Ruben Adams, P15 at the moment, V2 Combat. Needs to get a better lap time on the board than that. He's now pushing on the soft tyres. So let's take you around the rest of the lap. 4.2 kilometre long circuit here. Just northeast, I believe, of Budapest, where its first race was held in 1985. A historic circuit indeed. It's actually... Sorry, 1986. Oh. Well, I double check that. Guess what happens? V2 Combat is another victim of turn number 5, which is a shame because it was really going to be a comparison of pace between the front runners. But yeah, 1986, sorry. Relatively unchanged. There's been changes with the chicane, most notably going on the run towards turn 4. There used to be a chicane there, and all of this part of the track where we're watching XR Solid at the moment used to be wide open. Not really, but I think there was a chicane or two in there. I don't know. I wasn't around then, but I've seen obviously old hot laps, the very early onboard cameras as well. Promise you, it's always fascinating looking up your F1 history. It's just great to know about the sport we know and love. But Bella Fox crossing the line. sets the exact same lap time as his previous best, which put him P4 initially. What are the odds? What are the chances of Fox going on to do that? Exact same lap time, 2-3 decimal places. But look at this. AMS Fairley is purple in the middle sector. I don't think this is quite going to be enough, but you can get a lot of time through the final 2 corners. AMS Fairley rounding the final corner in his green Aston Martin. He crosses the line and he does go on to row 3 for the time being. 1 minute 15.465 is his lap. I think we should go and watch PSR Mac, I have to say, because we expect big things from him once again. But that is an invalidation at turn 11. And, well, what does he do now? 2 minutes 46 left to go in the session. Can he come in and go back out again? Does he have to stay out there and set up another lap? He lets his Haas teammate through there of Fox. This is looking like quite an unstoppable team at the moment in terms of race results. Although I say that they are P2, just in the constructors, just 13 points behind the Aston Martin duo of Bad F1 Opinion and TRT Seed, and they can very much thank, I think Mac got a win for them, if I remember correctly. But yeah, obviously Bad F1 Opinion win, helping last time out as well. ABS Jarv, 9,000ths down on his first sector. There's been a spin up ahead. That's a Ferrari. They're actually just 2 slow-moving cars. And ABS Jarv then flying through turn 11. Unfortunately, he's ran wide, but he's actually kept it valid as he just keeps going wider at that corner, so he got away with it. ABS Jarv. Oh, this could go down badly with any drivers watching on at the moment, but ABS Jarv into the final corner at turn 14. Round he comes then, DRS open, short dash to the line, and it's P5. Not too bad, a competitive lap from ABS Jarv. Saved his lap, I can't lie, turn 11, as PSR Mac crosses the line and does 1 minute 16.3. So this was his... Wow, PSR Mac, it must be game over for him, as he's not on a complete push lap at the moment. So, for PSR Mac, it's going to be another low start for him, but we know how he recovered from that last week. ETSR Alex on a lap, big lap coming up for FH, as he needs to get himself now to the top of the timing sheets if he wants to have any chance of winning today's race. Is Bad F1 Opinion out on the soft tyres? He is. I wonder who's coming around first. There's certainly an Alpine in that final sector. Is it Mr. Boker? It is Mr. Boker, but he doesn't improve on this occasion. TRT Evan crosses the line to start his final flying lap. Then next up, I believe we have... I'm not sure. I think that was Bad F1 Opinion. Next cross line, Fab Ferrari. He stays P11. I think he's starting another lap now as ETSR Alex retires. FH retires. So now it's just down to Fox and Oscar Mick. Fox starting a lap. Alan E pops up into P3. AMS top to P7, as it's still going to be very, very tense. Oscar Mick is invalidated. It's all down to Mr. Fox. Maybe Bad F1 Opinion, but he's down on his personal best first sector. EXR Solid has found 8/10 as of the middle sector. This will shoot him right up into the top 10 as it stands. The Williams driver then coming through, uses the pit entry for the extra track. Now rounding the final corner, turn 14, EXR Solid to the line. It's pole for EXR Solid. Solid lap indeed, and that's more than solid. He goes to the top of the timing sheets, but we're still watching Fox. We're still keeping an eye on Bad F1 Opinion, who's only found 2/10. Unfortunately for him, you'd think there'd be a much, much bigger difference there. Mr. Boker to P6. He goes on to row 3. Bad F1 Opinion is next to cross the line. What can he do? Last week's race winner stays P12. The improvement was not enough. But can Fox take pole position away from EXR Solid? He's done it so many times, but he can't do it again. Fox, P2. But another true validation of his incredible consistency. A P2 start, which surely will set him up for another podium finish today. The championship leader starting P2. Solid work there under pressure. EXR solid though, taking the spoils in qualifying, and that is just impressive. There we go then, confirmation, and it's really close. About 5/10 separating the top 8, a bit closer at the top, just 800ths between first and second as well. ETSR Alex P3, 1.5 tenths off pole. AlphaTauri, you could argue throwing that one away. They were 1-2 for so long, but it's not to be today. So P3 and 4 is really good nonetheless. EXR solid, taking pole position after only scoring 6 points this season as a reserve driver. Hungary seems to be a strong point of his. As we go on now to what will be a 35 lap long race. Slightly overcast. Get your predictions in the live chat. I wonder if we'll see any rain. It's been a big theme, especially in the F1 Esports Championship this week, where it's just rained at the most random moments. Mercedes pit garage is currently glitching as the colours try to load in. This should be good. This should be great fun. And Bellerofox, who is yet race this season, could be the man who makes it 6 from 6 in terms of race winners. Different race winners in a row. Could be solid. It could be Oscar. Just some examples there. Even FH is yet to win a race this season. There are so many inside this top 5 or 6 as well. ETSR Alex, of course, coming in as a reserve driver. Alan E, yet to step up to the top step either. FH, Boca, Jarv yet to do it. The entirety of the top 10 has not yet tasted the champagne on the top step. Sorry, Alan E has. Never mind. I completely got that wrong. He won in Baku. That was the last race before I came and did this. So there you go. That's still to this day. There's only point scoring finish of the season. But yeah, Alan E being the exception there in that top 10 for drivers that have won an ABS Tier 1 race this season. Boy, you'd love another one though. Here is the strategy, by the way. Top 10 on softs. MS Fairley's gone for the mediums. Bad F1 Opinion on the hards. Fab Ferrari on the mediums, as well as PSR Mac, TRT Evan. Then PSR Gorgon. V2 Combat. Ruben Adams and TRT Valais. PSR Gorgon going for the hards there. So Bad F1 Opinion and Gorgon looking to go far into this one. Could be seeing a 2-stop. With safety cars in the mix as well. No disqualifications on this formation lap either. It's good to see. The drivers are prepared for hopefully some clean action. Last call for taking any predictions. I'm more than happy to hear them. Fab Ferrari, it's a shame. To see what's happening to him at the moment. It seems to just be having trouble. I quite need to cover this race start, to be honest, so unfortunately I can't really get him back into the session at the time being. Bella gonna win, says Surfy. Will today be the day? Find out in just 45 minutes time as we get this 50% distance. Hungarian Grand Prix underway. It's EXR Solid and Bellerofox on the front row as it's green flag at the back. The lights are coming on now. All 5 on, ahead of the drivers. And first gear engaged, and we're underway with a good getaway, in fact, from ETSR Alex, who tries to go through the middle and then switches to the left-hand side. ETSR Alex winning dive down the outside of EXR Solid into turn 1. Solid does well to maintain the lead, but still with his nose in there, ETSR Alex, and they're going to go side by side down towards turn 2. Who will come out on top here? ETSR Alex down the inside. Are they going to come together? I don't think so. It's still clean so far. Solid maintains the position into turn 3, but Alex is still there. TRT relies, and it's a virtual safety car as he retires. Safety car deployed, full course safety car, and that's a shame really, because we had a good clean battle there, unlike Silverstone where it was a bit of a mess off the start and we did need that safety car to calm everyone down a bit. That's unfortunate. The safety car has been deployed. It won't change too much. Bad F1 opinion, last week's race winner with no front wing. AMS Top, I think, is limping around at slow speed as well. Oh, that is a shame. And into the pits, does he? No, he doesn't, but Bellerofox does come into the pits at the end of lap 1 here. So is he committing maybe to 2 sets of mediums? I'm not really a strategical expert, particularly around Hungary. It's always an intriguing one. But the championship leader into the pit lane then. What's he going to go for? Hard tyres. If someone could maybe inform me about their durability, particularly from lap 1. There's the predicted strategy. Soft, medium, medium. And now medium. I noticed this the other week, didn't I? I think it was in ABS. Yeah, it changes depending on what driver you look at. But yeah, most drivers actually came into the pits. Gorgon, who was on the hard, switching to mediums. Bad F1 opinion, had to do so due to his front wing damage. AMS Tops coming for mediums. Combat onto hard tyres. Immortal onto hards as well. TRT Eben onto the mediums. Jarv onto hards. And Fab Ferrari, I'm not sure what's going on with him. I think that's a dumb move, says Sam Cole. Well, Sam, you do say some questionable things at times, but I will believe you on this occasion. I'm thinking hard tyres. I don't think it's it at the moment. But then again, why should my opinion matter? Tier 2, 1, 2. Now, you see, I didn't know that, Surfy. I'm still a complete ABS commentary noob in terms of driver context, but there you go. Tier 1, 1, 2. Alex, yet to make an appearance this season. He's doing so now. Didn't he do well in qualifying? Oscar Mick up into P3 as well. FH and Mr. Boca complete the remaining top 5 soft runners. And then AMS Fairley, the lead medium runner. That could be crucial. PSR Mac up to P7 as well. Another great start from him. Obviously helped by the mass amount of pit stops. Ruben Adams in P8. Fab Ferrari is just having a lot of trouble, I think, actually racing. Stays with us in P9. And Bellerofox obviously comes out. It's the lead driver who pit. P10 for him. Could well be going in at the end of this lap. Don't see why we wouldn't be. The whole field is caught up. Oh no. Jarv. Oh dear. Oh. I don't really know how to react to that. Jarve. An absolute nightmare. Can't overtake anyone. He's stuck in P18 now and last of the remaining runners. Are we in this lap? Yes, we are, as the lights go off on the Mercedes-AMG safety car. As EXR Solid will get us back underway. It's up to him when he decides to put his foot down. Setting it up now into the final corner. And he's foot to the floor, and we are green once again in Hungary with a great getaway now from ETSR Alex. He's in the slipstream of EXR Solid. He wasn't able to get it done on the opening lap. The safety car halted his progress. Down the inside goes ETSR Alex. They're side by side on the exit. It's a drag race down towards turn 2. Who will come out on top? It's ETSR Alex as he now goes around the outside. This means he will have the inside line for turn number 3. ETSR Alex, take a bow. That is incredible racing. And he gets up into the lead of the race, but for how much longer? EXR Solid looking to go around the outside, and this invites Oscar Mick, but he goes for a drift off the track. FH in P4, Mr. Boker in P5, but here come the medium runners. Immortal, oh, a disaster for him now as well, and around goes the Alpine, and the Williams as well, which is disconnected. Disaster here as well for Mr. Boker and JB Immortal on this restart lap, as there's a yellow flag still in sector 2, and I think we've got another victim. V2 Combat, ABS Jarve has got around as well. So many spinners. Chaos here on lap 4, our first full racing lap under our belts. ETSR Alex now takes the lead here, and obviously sets the fastest lap, being the first one across as well. But here comes EXR Solid. Doesn't go for it. Unsurprisingly, no DRS until the next lap. But look at the run here from Oscar Mick. Will he go down the inside? What a move if he can pull this off. He does make contact with the Williams, but there was absolutely nothing wrong with that. EXR Solid overtaken by Oscar Mick, and AlphaTauri do have their 1-2. Let's go further back. TRT Evan actually just overtaking the lagged out car there, but I thought it was fairly close back here with Alan E, Bella Fox, TRT Evan rounding off the top 10 here. Bella Fox has made up just the one place at the moment, but he still crucially has not lost the position to TRT Evan, otherwise that would put him in a bit of a sticky situation, being at third of those who pit. As Alan E there has done a solid job of getting up to P8 and ahead of the championship leader. He could be now one of the favourites for this race, that because Bella Fox, realistically, we don't think he's going to have the pace, or at least the tyre wear, to go 35 laps, 34 I should say. But here come the AlphaTauri boys as Oscar Mick 1/10 back. He's in the slipstream. Will he go for it on his reserve teammate? He does hit him ever so slightly, but doesn't go for it on this occasion. We saw he made the move down in towards turn 2 on EXR Solid. He's not going to go for it here on ETSR Alex, who pulls out the way, and through up into the lead goes Oscar Mick. That has brought EXR Solid and FH closer to the action, as well as AMS Fairley sits about a second behind here, close between the two AlphaTauris as they go through turn 5 and up the hill towards the chicane of turn 6 and 7. We have a yellow flag, and I think that's ABS Jarve having an awful lot of trouble back there. Fourth place man in the championship, FH. Yellow flag in sector 3. I think that's still for Jarve. He's no longer in that section as it turns to green. Peace and quiet at the moment, but the DRS will be in operation this time around. As I think Mr. Boker losing position there to V2 Combat. What will occur on this straight? FH has got the run. He's using the overtake. He's going for it. FH goes down the inside of the EXR Solid. And the man who maintained the lead on the opening lap from pole position now loses yet another position, this time to FH. And he was very opportunistic there. Mr. Boker becoming the third DNF and does so in the pit lane, so we should not have a safety car here. Oscar Mick seems to have the pace. Fab Ferrari with a fastest lap of a 0.534. 14 Fab Ferrari still having those issues, and no, we won't keep that fastest lap, although that is hilarious. What a lap. I've seen glitches around 9 or 10 second fastest laps, but I've never seen half a second. Will FH deploy his battery again? That's what he is doing as he closes in now on ETSR Alex. Will he be brave? Will he be bold? No, he won't. He'll sit behind for the time being. Does need to be careful on that ERS deployment though. But at the same time, he also needs to get this done quickly, as I think Bad F1 Opinion has got past Bellerofox. They're wheel to wheel almost down in towards turn 2, but Bad F1 Opinion does pull in front, and it's going not right now to plan for the championship leader. He's on the hard tyres, and seeing Bad F1 Opinion and Alan E start to make their way up the road on those medium tyres. We'll see if it pays off. We'll see if it backfires. Further back though, AMS Fairley's starting to put pressure on EXR Solid as the medium runners now catch up. A penalty as well under pressure, and a yellow flag for AMS Top in the white Rebel racing car. As into the pits comes ETSR Alex, so in he comes then, the race leader. Fastest lap officially there for Bad F1 Opinion, so he's flying at the moment. Hard tyres going on for ETSR Alex, and he's back underway. Not race leader. P2 sitter. MS Top with a 5-second time penalties could be race over, and a fourth DNF in just a matter of 9 laps of this ABS Hungarian Grand Prix. Still being led by Oscar Mick, 8 tenths over FH, now 9, maybe now pulling to a second, which FH will be dreading. But he has got a second over EXR Solid, so he's safe from behind. Still an intriguing one as the other AlphaTauri pulls into the pit lane then. FH won't follow suit. He'll stay out for another one. EXR Solid comes in. AMS Fairley obviously staying out. And now he's under pressure from PSR Mac and the rest of this medium train. But in fact, Fairley was gifted the DRS there by just being in range of EXR Solid. So you can be thankful of that one. Otherwise, PSR Mac will be steaming towards the rear of him. Yellow flag, and it's Ruben Adams that has thrown his good progress away, and he's struggling to just keep it on the track at the moment. Ruben Adams spins. Fortunately, it doesn't look like he's picked up any damage. Oh, and he's got again, and that certainly is damage. It's quickly deteriorated for the Red Bull boys in this race. Ruben, who has 25 points to his name this season, a P3 in Bahrain, a P5 in Baku, no points since, and just the one appearance, I believe, in Austria since. But yeah, FH now coming into the pits, and he goes onto the hard tyres. So he's now trying to make slightly fresher tyres work towards the end of the race. It's just out, and he just pops in behind both AlphaTauris. So actually, that's not bad going from FH. He's still within the train. He's still slotted out just ahead of EXR Solid. That was probably his main concern. And now developing hiccups as Ruben Adams becomes DNF number 5. Oh, wow. Oh, Solid getting a bit loose there. ABS Java's crash. Safety car. And it's an absolute gift to AMS Fairley and PSR Mac. They can pit for hards now. Both do. Alan E as well. Bad F1 opinion coming in. Bella Fox will get a pit stop as well. However, already being on the hard tyres, we'll see what he goes for. This has absolutely changed the whole race. And it's a double stack at Aston Martin. Bad F1 opinion will feel so much pain from this. Just waiting several extra seconds and waiting for the cars to go through as well. AMS Fairley leads the Hungarian Grand Prix in a dramatic turn of events. And Oscar Mick, who was our race leader previously, has now been limited to just P5 here. Bad F1 opinion, that's gone horrendously for him. P12 now, when he was going to be P4. Fab Ferrari's still not back in. Is it a fair enough opportunity to try and sneak him back into the race in P4? But yeah, it's a massive F to Bella Fox, whose initial hard strategy has been thrown out the window. Fab Ferrari is back in. He conveniently asked for an invite as soon as I sent him one. So, maybe this is problem solved. But unfortunately for Fab Ferrari, look at his tyres. So yeah, he will have to do the hard work if he does manage to get back into this race. 6 DNFs in 12 laps, and I'm sure that's not the last of them. Quite a lot has gone on here. PSR Mac up into P2. Is it going to be back-to-back-to-back podiums today? Is it going to be potentially another race win? Fab Ferrari and Oscar Mick there. I think that's just Fab Ferrari rejoining. TRT Evan has come in. Back onto medium tyres. So that's a bit of a strategical switch. Or was that a drive-through that I missed or something? Not what from I can see. It's gone from mediums to hards to mediums. 3 pit stops for TRT Evan. And he's still P13. So not all hope is lost. SMH so far for Alan E. And we're back racing at the end of this lap. So let the fun resume. And away we go again, his foot to the floor early for AMS Fairley. He almost got out of shape there. We're not quite onto green flag yet. Here we go, green flags once again at Hungary. We can now race again, and it's a good restart from Oscar Mick as he tucks into the slipstream of the Ferrari, but it's not going to be enough as V2 Combat loses out there to TRT Evan. FH getting ahead of Fab Ferrari, but Fab Ferrari still in touching distance here of re-overtaking FH. There's a bit of contact as Fab Ferrari comes steaming back up the inside. FH sticking its nose in, and unbelievably neither of them go around as FH crucially loses the position there. And now has EXR Solid to contend with behind. Starting lap 15 of 35. Not quite halfway through, but here comes PSR Gorgon to the inside of the XR Solid. Neat move there from the McLaren driver. And he's now up into P8. So PSR Gorgon has made a good recovery in this one. Let's take a look at position changes. He is actually one of our biggest winners, but more noticeably I should say, MS Fairley and PSR Max 10 and 12 positions gained respectively. Remarkable scenes as championship leader Barrow Fox loses another position, but Batlef One Opinion had got it all wrong. I wonder what's happened to him. It doesn't look like his front wing is damaged. DRS enabled them. We'll start to see a bit more action on the overtaking side of things. MS Fairley holds on to about a half a second lead with PSR Mac in P2, Alan E P3, and then come the two AlphaTauri boys, Oscar Mick and ETSR Alex. There's now Fab Ferrari between himself and FH. So just joining us, a dramatic turn of events and even more drama as PSR Mac, whose penalties cost him last week, has picked up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Bella Fox getting ahead, and that's on the exit of turn 5 and up towards turn 6 and 7. That's Bella Fox getting ahead of EXR Solid. It's not been a solid performance from pole position. You can't fault him for his efforts. Almost 8 tenths the difference now, so AMS Fairley may well be safe from this attack as we see him moving close to the pit wall for a bit of protection from the slipstream. PSR Mac gaining quite a few tenths there. Not much kicking off into turn 1, it's just one big train at the moment. which is fairly typical of Hungary. Oh, Mac! Mac with the save. What a view we had of that. Giving an absolutely everything at the moment, PSR Mac. You can just tell how much he wants these race wins. Still very much in the championship hunt. He's now sitting P3, just 22 points behind Haas teammate Bellerofox. And as it stands, that has almost been managed there. But Fat Ferrari off into the pit lane now. It's great to see him back in the race. But he'll drop all the way to the back with a bad F1 opinion. Another fastest lap from him as look at this. TRT Evan and V2 Combat. V2 Combat getting ahead there as bad F1 opinion now makes a move on EXL Solid. Close down towards turn number 2 as well. So we're just starting to see a tiny bit more action, particularly with Bellerofox trying to overtake PSR Gorgon. Oh, and that's almost another Haas losing it at turn 4. Himself and Mac have done exceptionally well to just save it from spinning. But another noticeable thing about Mac's race last week is that every corner it looked like he was going to spin, but that contributed to his incredible wet weather pace. A lot closer this time around is PSR Mac. It's not an ideal exit off of turn 13. Now around turn 14 we go. As again, fairly doing the traditional thing of moving to the inside. But look at the overspeed Mac has got. We go on board with him. Braking late. There's going to be a very good opportunity into turn 2 to make an overtake for the race lead. Although with 3 seconds of penalties, he's not close enough. Oh, but Fairley runs deep, and here comes PSR Mac. It's a silly mistake for Fairley there to make, as PSR Mac does the undercut. Not the undercut, the switchback. I always get those mixed up. You'd think after 2 years of doing this, I'd have got them right by now. But PSR Mac unable to capitalise there. Fairley just about salvaging a chicane. PSR Mac, you can just see how the house is coping with the dirty air. Again, just getting a bit loose through turn 11. And Bellerofox, the second house driver in this race, picks up a 3-second time penalty as well. Mac could well capitalise here. FH. Remember, 25 points off the championship lead as well. It could be a close one after we leave Hungary and go on to Belgium next week. Again, PSR Mac in the slipstream. It's a similar distance behind going into turn 1. Got to try it again, surely, into turn 2. Not this time. MS Fairley takes a nice tight line this time around to prevent the scares of the previous lap. But look at this train. Isn't it just nerve-wracking if you're AMS Fairley? PSR Mac is a bit further back this time around as we start lap 21. So you just start to sense the opportunities running out, although never say never. He's still so close. We get a lovely helicopter shot of turn 1. Again, PSR Mac not close enough to make the move. So difficult at Hungary, one of the harder tracks to overtake at. Just make your car wide and you'll be alright. Fernando Alonso did just that, trying to fend off Lewis Hamilton in the absolutely bonkers Hungarian Grand Prix we had this year in real life. Let's go a bit further back though, as see what's cracking off in the midfield. PSR Gorgon, P7 at the moment. Bella Fox was getting a bit close there. Bad F1 opinion, sticking with him as well. But off the track goes Bella Fox. Safe from behind though, fortunately. ETSR Alex was getting a bit wide up there as well. Up 22 of 35. Again, it's not enough for PSR Mac. Will he start to get desperate? Will he start to throw one or two punches? As look at this side-by-side on the exit. We're seeing a proper bit of side-by-side action here as FH sticks it up the inside of ETSR Alex, who has the long route around the corner. And he's hit FH, but he doesn't go around. Neither of them do. Again, fortunately for FH, getting up into P5. The longer this situation drags on for PSR Mac, and you can just see he's starting to lose time. He's out of 1 second, so all eyes on Alan E here. He'll have the DRS. PSR Mac will not. MS Fairley's defending from thin air at the moment, as PSR Mac will be able to get nowhere near him, as here comes Alan E down the inside at turn 1. We're seeing a significant overtake in this race as Alan E gets in front for the time being, but the house of PSR Mac was alongside, I should say. But look at that. That is taking an opportunity when it comes. Alan E up to P2. PSR Mac, of course, almost definitely going to lose this podium with the penalty situation as it is. MS Fairley can breathe for now. He's got breathing space between himself and Alan E, but the gap is just starting to close again. It's hard to really tell a driver's true pace when sitting in dirty air on a track impossible to overtake. Not impossible, but metaphor. It's not a metaphor, is it? PSR Gorgon there, getting it all wrong, picking up a 3-second time penalty for himself. Fab Ferrari has got it wrong in the middle sector. So we start now lap 24 of 35. Feels like they're ticking away slowly. But now that we're seeing these side-by-side battles start to take shape, obviously they'll go a lot more quickly from that. Look at that. From Bad F1 opinion, just having a little look. And the championship leader is off into the grass and takes a few bumps on re-entry. This is crucial. This is huge. Bella Fox off the track. If his strategy wasn't already in the bin, his race now is as well. Absolute disaster for the championship leader. FH will gain 10 points on him as it stands. PSR Mac, well, we don't know at the moment because of his penalty. He's probably going to lose a few positions. In fact, FH is going to benefit a position from this as it stands. So make that 12 points gained from FH. FH may certainly overtake Mac. And he certainly won't be far off. It's going to be a big day making moves in the championship for FH if he keeps it as it is. But AMS Fairley, lap 25 of 35. Still in the lead, but is now under the DRS threat from Alan E. PSR Mac is still well within the mix. He's pulled 8/10 on Oscar Mick. As Bella Fox comes in for the soft tyres, a stint to the end. I think there was a wing change as well. Absolute disaster. He's just got to try and nick the fastest lap point or something. Hope for a few DNFs. But that looks unlikely. That's the 13 we've got left in the race. Have been rather good, to be honest. Any predictions as we start with 10 laps to go then? 25 down, 10 to go. Any final predictions for how this race will unfold? Get them in the live chat now. Good to see some nice consistent viewership. Tony will be very happy. Tony is always the viewership connoisseur. He likes to show the statistics after each one. Oh, FH. That's what he didn't need. FH runs wide, picks up a 3-second time penalty. And now he'll be the one maybe losing a couple of positions. And again, the championship swings back in favour of Bella Fox. Obviously, he was never under threat of losing the lead unless he retired and either PSR Mac or FH won. Bella Fox will keep hold of the championship lead surely today. Although I say it again, it's going to be a lot closer as we head on to Belgium, then Canada, then the Netherlands. That should be a good one, as I think AXR Solid has gone around. So it's just a top 10 trade now, although that is starting to split up. But look at this. TRT Evan and V2 Combat, who have never really been in this train, are still going at it. Into turn 2 they go. Contact between the two as they emerge. Look at that. V2 Combat almost being forced off the track. And again, they go side by side through turn 3. And onto turn 4 we go. That's a dramatic incident. And TRT Evan at high speed. And it's a virtual safety car. Surprisingly, not a safety car. But TRT Evan out of the race. Was it inevitable as they looked to go side by side through turn 4? It looked like V2 Combat may have just turned across him there or just misjudged. Or maybe the other way round. The virtual safety car is all we're going to get. Bella Fox taking advantage of the DNF there. MS Fairley with a 1 second lead. Actually, it's hovering a little bit. We'll know truly when we get the race back underway. But again, time for the drivers to recharge their batteries, cool their tyres, and set themselves up for a crucial last 8 laps of the race. V2 Combat into the pits. Surely has damaged his wing. No, he hasn't. Just soft tyres going on. He'd only come out behind EXR Solid, so maybe just going for a fastest lap. Back to the front then, MS Fairley. There's his lead, 1.2 seconds over Alan E. ERS comparison, Fairley is a lot better off. PSR Mac between the two. And then Oscar Mick as well. Not looking too great, nor is FH. ETSR Alex a bit better, as we're just examining the chances of the top 8. Hards should be an easy reach to the end, but Gorgon and Bad F1 Opinion may have to watch out. Bad F1 Opinion will actually gain a lot from the penalties we see at the moment. He will, in fact. ETSR Alex, as it stands, has a podium. He just can't fall into the same trap. I don't lie, but this hasn't been the most entertaining of races, I tell you that. And for sure we're kind of just sensing how this one is going to end in this state, but yeah, there you go. Mac has got another penalty as Gorgon and Alex has got it wrong. The man who was destined for a podium has now got it wrong and thrown it all away as he loses the position to Bad F1 Opinion, who could well take that podium himself. I say it's boring for 1 second and then it starts kicking off again. EXL Solid, another penalty for him as well, but Bad F1 Opinion, will it be back-to-back podiums? I'm not sure if he's ever achieved that before. But he's starting to get his championship back in the right direction, is Bad F1 Opinion. Just avoid a penalty. Easier said than done. There's one Aston Martin set for a podium. The other one is still set for a win. AMS Fairley, who has a reserve driver. I praised at the start of the live stream for putting in some decent reserve performances with a P7 and a P6. It's not going to go one step further today. Is he going to go 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 steps further from what he achieved at Silverstone to go and take the win today? It's still not over until the checkered flag. Don't leave until the checkered flag. Five laps to go. That is all that remains. It has been quite the marathon in this stint since the second safety car of the afternoon. Evening, I should say. It's literally pitch black outside in the real world. And PSR Mac, it's gone from bad to worse. ETSR Alex as well, getting a penalty for good measure. What we understand about this podium at the moment: AMS Fairley, Alan E, and Bad F1 Opinion, who is currently 7th, could take P3. Again, another beautiful heli shot. Oh, and there it is, Alan E with the 3-second time penalty, and AMS Fairley is got to be punching the air with pure delight that now could let him through if he wants and just sit behind, not get a penalty, call it a day, get the win by staying within 3 seconds. But big stuff as Alan E picks up a 3-second time penalty. He's still going to keep hold of the podium for sure because of the situation behind him. But he's now putting his foot down, isn't he, Alan E? He needs to just get the position on track. Maybe he was waiting for Fairley to get a penalty. Maybe he was waiting for him to crack under pressure, but doesn't seem to be the case. It's Alan E that's got the penalty. It's Alan E that's perhaps cracked under the pressure. Oh no! No, that's a party invite. You dead. Don't join the party. Don't join the party. Don't join the party. Don't join the race. Get back in and race. Oh no, bad F1 opinion. No, no, no. No, I didn't mean that. I, I didn't mean. I will remove you. Oh God. Oh, that's such a shame. However, we do now have just 3 laps to go, and the bad F1 bad F1 opinion podium dreams, faded and died very, very suddenly. Therefore, as it stands, the top 3 is AMS Fairley, Alan E, and Oscar Mick. Suddenly he's back in the mix, and bad F1 opinion, as is AI really pit. Oh no. It's almost a repeat of the FH scenario from Austria and Max. That's 12 seconds now to his name. Oh, that's such a shame. Another disconnection heartbreak. Just 2 more tours. About 8.4 kilometres or so to go. In a race about 150 kilometres long in total. AMS Fairley. Penalty free. A deserving winner if he can just get to the end. Because that's all he really needs to do. With the absolute dramatic influx of penalties drivers have received behind him, he's not done that. He's kept it between the white lines. Please don't die, batteries. You watch. As AMS Fairley crosses the line, my batteries will die, I'm calling it. Another penalty for Solid. The thing is, you get 1 penalty. We've seen this now with Mac. We've seen this with Solid. Saw it now with Bella Fox as well, who won't take any points. The championship leader. And it'll be the first non-point scoring finish of the season for the championship leader. However, he will keep the championship lead. That is just how this season is going. It's been a crazy season so far. And we're about to see, potentially, the 6th different winner in 7 races. 6 different winners in the past 6. AMS Fairley is looking set to do just that. 1 more lap to go then. He survived turn 1. If he survives turn 2, there's no risk of a collision from behind. He's just got to keep his mind fully focused on driving how he has done in the past 34 laps. AMS Fairley up towards turn 4, the hardest corner arguably of the lot. Does it just fine. He's on a personal best first sector as well for good measure, as the car is at its lightest. And there's a yellow flag. Oh, please don't tell me that's FH. Please don't tell me that's FH. It's FH. He could have made up a lot of ground today, but it's not going to be his day either. The championship contenders crumbling. Oh! Oh! AMS Fairley has lost the position on track. However, he's still going to be set to survive and go on to win this race. As round in the final corner, suddenly out of nowhere, Alan E wins the race on track. But AMS Fairley wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. And that is officially 6 different winners in 7 races and 6 different winners in the last 6. It's what I've been building up to all evening. And there we go. It's happened. AMS Fairley, another new race winner for this season. Take a bow. And V2 Combat. Well, you can see why I might be angry at that one. But bad F1 opinion is going to take 3 points. And it should have been 15, if not more. A really heartbreaking day in the office for him. However, he'll bounce back. He knows how to. He has done so. Almost 50 minutes of some really intriguing action there. Although we did go through a pretty dry period. It was worth it in the end, wasn't it? FH throwing away valuable points. Fox scoring none at all. PSR Mac, of course, not on the podium. Does get points. However, it really should have been 15 today. He could have been about 7 or so points off the championship lead. So yeah, a lot of championship points being ditched by the contenders. And look at that for a celebration. England, Scotland, Britain. As the champagne is sprayed. Another Aston Martin win. Extend their lead in the Constructors' Championship. Had a bit of a reserve bonus, I have to say. But who cares? You know, Aston Martin are going to do bits, surely. And therefore, we will, just in a moment, talk to the drivers. But yeah, I mean, big day as well for AlphaTauri. Getting of 25 points on the board there. That shoots them up close behind McLaren. It's not going to be enough, but they go not last of the Constructors' Championship. They move up to 9th. Let's invite the drivers quickly. I'm multitasking. Sorry, I did predict that my batteries would die as soon as the race ended. They did just that. Anyway, hello everyone. Congratulations on all your results. We'll get into some interviews. It's only me, sadly, so if my questions are the same as always, I'm sorry. But let's start with our P3 finisher. Oscar Mick, well done to you. I have to say, I have you muted. That's not a good start. Or is that because Venom? Okay, there we go. You there? Yeah, I think that's why he's joined on his alt account. Venom, Oscar. There we go. There we go. P3, well done. A lot better, I have to say. I'm sure you agree. Your first podium of the season, your best result of the season, obviously, by far. You've completely obliterated all expectations today, surely. Yeah, and obviously it's been a bit of a rough ride for yourself in AlphaTauri this season, and getting that podium on the board, does that lead you to greater results this season? You're just going to try and build on that? All right, great to hear. Thank you so much for talking, and congratulations, obviously, on your podium. Great race from you. Let's move on and speak to our second place finisher. And it wasn't to be. Winning on track, it wasn't quite the second race win of the season for yourself, Alan E. Talk us through your race. It must have been so gutting getting the 3 second penalty that perhaps could have determined this race. So, so are your warnings going to be appealed, or what's the situation there? Oh, that's a shame. Exactly. I mean, a lot of championship can. Yeah. It's just the championship leaders threw away a lot of points today, I have to say. And yourself, who was going into this race P11 and in a really close fight, you shoot yourself up. So, I think you're as maybe high as P5. So, nothing to be. Yeah. So maybe you're saying if you can just get those string of results together, I think you'd be a solid championship contender. All right. Absolutely. Well, that's just the way this ABS season is going. It's pretty crazy at the moment. Thank you very much for talking to us. Have a good day. And yeah, congratulations on your result. Let's speak to our race winner, becoming the sixth different one in the last 6 races. Did I mention that, by the way? But yeah, AMS Fairley, well done to you. It was a win deserved from your efforts in the hard stint, but really, it was on a plate after the second safety car.
Yeah, I was surprised to still come out in first. I thought there'd be at least a few people ahead of me. I just thought I'd risk hard till the end, but yeah, I didn't realise to be in first, and I just thought if I keep it clean, it's going to be hard to pass me. So that's what I did. I think I only had 1-1 all the rest. Probably should have had one or two more, but I don't think the game didn't give me them.
I mean, it's only been upwards for you since Austria, P7 there, P6 at Britain, and then you take all 25 points in Hungary as well. Obviously, I haven't had the opportunity to speak to you about those 3 races, but what is it that you've been doing to, improve? And obviously, it's not just in ABS for sure, because yourself as a reserve driver, but yeah, just in general.
Well, I actually had an AMS race for Hungary tonight round here, so I was always getting the practice in anyway. But then I got sidelined last night, so that was when I was open for this one.
Yeah, well, that was brilliant to hear, and obviously you get the result as well. I mean, like I just said to Alan, you shoot right up the championship because that's how close and how easily people are throwing away points. So I guess that won't look too bad as well. But any plans to continue? I mean, racing in the next few rounds? Is there any opportunities?
I mean, I'm normally available on a Friday night, so if I'm available, I'll race. It's obviously 6:30 as well, so it's a decent time. You sort of race and done by 8 o'clock, so you got the rest of the night to chill really as well.
Exactly. But yeah, congratulations to you. Nothing else really needs to be said, really. Great performance.
I nearly lost it though on the last lap.
Yes, I know. I mean, what actually happened there? I must ask.
Too much curb.
Oh, so lucky you didn't have a penalty then, and so lucky Alan didn't clip his warnings. So it
Yeah,
is
I
what
mean,
it is. You won.
if he'd have had some warnings, I probably could have fought the position a lot harder, but I didn't because he had
Mm,
3 seconds,
yeah,
so I didn't need to. So I could have hung it up around the outside, but there was no need.
exactly, exactly. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I've got to say. So again, thank you very much for talking
Radio, that's
to
no problem.
myself, and yeah, another Aston Martin win, another win for a reserve driver as well, and that is where I'm going to wrap up the stream for today. Thank you to those wonderful viewers on the ABS Twitch channel. I will hopefully be back next week for the Belgian Grand Prix. Who with? I don't know. Could be just myself again, but it is what it is. Make sure you tune in across the ABS Twitch channel this weekend for tiers 2, 3 and 4 on Saturday, Sunday and Monday. A lot to look forward to if you enjoy watching the lower tiers as well, as they take on the Hungary ring as well. So again, massive thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.